Okay, so another one from the collection, and this is a special box. I mean, to me it's a special shoe as well, but the box is like no other. So this is a collab with End. I want to say this is one of the best boxes I've ever seen. Maybe that's just me. And you can see here, really need to get this whole thing sorted out so I can get focus better, maybe a better camera. This is the Lido, or Sky Blue Lake, and Diadora n9002. That's what they called the Lido. And I went TTS for the UK 11, so still at heart I'm British. Well, you can hear my voice, I'm British. There's no denying that. So like the UK sizing is still what I kind of like default to. So enough lollygagging. Let's get into the box. So you can see the box, they're called Lido. There's just like swimming pool type of vibe to it. Get rid of that. You can see the shoes. Oh, the shoes. So you get that little thing from End. I don't know why I kept it, but it's stood in there. And then we come to the shoe. I want to say this was my first n9002. I may be wrong, but I've certainly bought a fair few since. I'll actually pop up an image just in here, my top 5. I did a bunch of top 5 challenges with Dr. Jumpman, and I just kind of took it completely outside the Jumpman brand and did it. So, so yeah, what you're seeing up screen now is my 5 favourite n9002s, of which this was one. So I'm just going to kind of go through the colorway, show the extras. So you have these like tan type of laces in here. I prefer it because I really like to match a piece of the trim generally, or the midsole on the shoe, and these match the Diadora swoosh. You have blue in here. Problem with trying to match leather or suede and cotton is the different materials. It doesn't always work particularly well. And then there's a lighter blue which matches the insides. Again, it's nearly on, it's not totally on, and once they're slightly off, it looks a bit funky. So again, we get rid of those. And then that brings me on to the Lido based bit. So this looks like a swim towel inside, which is the first cool thing. The insoles, I don't know if you can see there, where the edges have started fraying. Again, please give me some focus. Yep. So a beach towel insole. And then the rest of the colorway, just generally speaking, looks like a swimming pool, I guess, or a swimming pool themed shoe. You have, in typical fashion, Diadora branding on the back. You don't have End on the back on this pair, like you do with most of them, but you do have End branding on the tongue, which is pretty cool. I think I would have preferred Diadora here and then End back here, but maybe that's just me. And then the piste resistance, that outsole, it's getting a bit yellowy because I've worn them a ton of times. But yeah, so I think it's a really cool outsole. One of the best outsoles you could imagine to have. So yeah, a little bit about the pair. So they dropped, I want to say they dropped only in End store, and I had a friend, Blair, who hooked me up. He went down and picked them up from the Glasgow store. He was in London for something the following weekend, so he just took them with him. I was landing in London from Texas that weekend for a business trip, so we just met up in Shoreditch. First and only time I've ever met the guy. Absolutely sound. I already paid him for the shoes like the day he copped them for me. Yeah, so it's like one of those things when you just have like total trust for a kind of circle of people. Sometimes you've not even met a guy and you've got total faith. So yeah, that was the story behind them. That does add a little bit extra in terms of like the sentimentality that they mean to me. The fact that this colorway is just so easy to wear in the summer. Like I have a pair of shorts, or a few pairs of shorts, that are around this color, and it just really pops off when you have these with a pair of shorts. Also, they're quite nice with like a kind of like autumn or spring fit with like a button down or something. I also have a cream pair of jeans that's around this color that they go really well with. So yeah, now that since I bought these, my Fear of God collection's expanded a huge amount, so I might also have a pair of sweatpants or a pair of sweat shorts. But They're a big go-to in the summer. For me, I don't think I actually wore them this summer. Problem is in Texas, this summer was like the hottest. In the 4 years I've been here, this was by far the hottest. So I didn't actually wear much because there were many times where I could really kind of go out. But yeah, just to run through the materials. So a really plush suede on the mudguard in this kind of grayish blue. And then a really nice perforated leather on the toe box. Again, suede in here. All of the suede is just beautiful. There's a tiny touch of green, which is a bit funky for this colorway. And then you continue with the suede up in the tan area. Really nice light blue leather. And then again, like this is one of the things with Diadora generally, the tongue is like the really premium leather piece. It feels like a horse riding saddle or something weird like that. Same thing on the inside of the shoe. And then as you come up to the back, this kind of grayish blue kind of continues, and then you have fully embroidered this green stitching, the Diadora writing, and then another piece of green up here, which I want to say matches this piece here. And then a little piece, touch of corduroy, super premium, like really deep ridges in the corduroy. So yeah, that's like the colorway. As I said, matching laces. So yeah, there's your thumbnail right there. Just yeah, super nice pair. Only thing is, I kind of wish that they'd put maybe this color just in this little diamond. You can see there, it's one of the things that sets the n9002 apart. It's that thing. And on a few pairs that I do have, it's kind of colored in. So I kind of wish they'd put something on there because they're all white midsole. It's a little bit odd given how much color there is, but yeah, it's the only downside, and it's a tiny one at that. So yeah, believe it or not, I mean, they look pretty clean. I've worn these in the nightclub as well. Like the weekend that I got them from, or the week I got them, sorry, from Blair, and met people at work in my London office, and we ended up hitting a nightclub in Shoreditch, and I was like petrified I was going to completely ruin them, but I mean, I managed not to, so it's all good. That's it from me. Over and out.